Welcome to this podcast.
Yo, let's go.
Divisional Round edition. I'm P-Dog.
Your boy Jimmy G.
I battled back from the dead. I'm sorry you haven't seen me in the shorts.
Yep. I've been holding the place up. We back.
I get sick every wild card weekend, and it's always that hits me hard. One year I got strep throat. 1 year I got COVID. This year I got a random fever funk for a couple days.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a winter already. I felt like at the end of December I was safe from all the sickness. I was like, all right, because usually I get sick in like November, but I made it to like end of December and then it just got me. I've been blah since.
But even at feeling like 60%,
yes,
it felt mighty damn well to watch the Packers get that ass beat.
Yes, it did.
They got their ass beat.
Ooh, might I add, very, very sensitive. Very sensitive. They are. You can't poke them. You can't poke them.
Oh, Packer fans?
Yeah, they. You poke them a little bit. You do what they kind of do to us. They get a little.
They own us.
They get pretty sad.
And guess what? I mean, technically, the Packers have not been to the Super Bowl since 2011, the year they beat us to go. They've had better runs than us. But no, Jordan Love looked bad. He looked really, really bad.
Loved it.
I'm not going to say they have a quarterback problem, but he did not look good.
Now, I saw Matt's tweet, and I know it was a subtweet about what I was doing, and probably you as well. But he said Bears fans are petty or something like that on Twitter.
Oh, well, first off, every sports fan is petty.
Yes. And again, I say again, if you are not a fan of the Chicago Bears or the Green Bay Packers, you will never understand this rivalry. Okay? It is the Bears and the Packers they hate each other. Okay? The Lions and Vikings, sure, there's hate there too, but there's no hatred like the hatred between Bears and Packers fans.
When all teams are good, I hate them all.
Yeah, but I feel like they don't understand the rivalry between the two, and they're like, "Oh, Bear fans are petty. You guys aren't good. Like, I don't know why you're talking shit good. Because it's a rivalry.
We're not good. The rivalry is really not there. I just enjoy
it's Packer. Not, or is it?
I just enjoy Packer fans crying. That's all I really care about. This has had nothing to do with the Bears.
And you know me. I don't indulge in any of that like shit talk that you do. I leave it alone for the most part. But this year, after that first game when they blocked our kick, it was unbelievable the amount of Packer fans that were social media and coming to me and like mocking us, and you know what I mean. And I was like, you know what, it is what it is, because I didn't think we were going to beat them.
We broke them. They're 0-2 in 2025. We're 1-0. Hey, guess what?
More wins at Lambeau than them.
All the fans are crying, saying, "Fire Matt LaFleur, fire Matt LaFleur." I think that'd be ignorant.
Hilarious to me that they are saying LaFleur needs to go. You are the most idiotic fan base if you think Matt LaFleur should be fired.
No, I mean, he has questionable calls.
Bring him over to Chicago. We'll take him.
He's a damn good coach. Jair Alexander was very negative, and saying
I don't know if I'll be here next year.
No, he said he couldn't say anything good. And you know what? It's just funny watching that team slowly collapse. Yeah, injuries mounted up. Injuries got pretty rough, but
they did.
But Jordan Love threw 3 picks, and that one was awful. He threw it right to the Eagles defender.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched it. It was right in the middle of the field. No one was around except the Eagles.
Well, his first pass of the game was almost picked off too. It was a terrible pass. Should have been picked
off. And I just got a kick at the beginning of the game was a kickoff and a fumble. It just started off awesome.
Yep. And you know what, guys? Again, said it in my short. I love the rivalry. Okay, you guys give it to us, we give it to you. That's how it goes. Okay.
I don't think it's a rivalry because the Packers beat the crap out of us. We
got 100%.
Bears got to bounce back and make it a rivalry again.
Right, but here's the thing: they enjoy kicking our ass so much, so they still. I mean, it is a rivalry whether we win or lose. It just is because it's that much more important. It's way more important the Bear Packer games than other games, and I still think it is for Packer fans as well. They still want to kick the shit out of us.
But I just love How sensitive. I mean, it's wild card
Oh, it's
weekend
great.
and the Packers lose a game, and you talk about they could talk about Caleb Williams all they want, and then
Yep.
they call us sensitive and all this. But as soon as you mention Jordan Love, oh, I'm like, dude,
My favorite dude is seeing them talk about putting Malik Willis in over
no,
Love.
not bad.
I love it.
I
I
think
love
Love's
it.
fine. Do I think he's elite? No. I think he's a middle of the back pack quarterback.
Yeah.
They paid him. They paid him six or was it 55 million a year
Isn't
or
he like
50?
top 5?
He was number one until
Yeah.
whatever happened for a for that elite end of the year he had
Yeah.
last year. And then
Yep.
look what happened this year. He threw more picks. He was fine, but
Yeah.
he was a little more
And then
inaccurate.
everyone's gonna say, okay, he got hurt to start the year, so he was dealing with that. It's like, all right, everyone's
He's not
freaking
very
hurt, man.
accurate. And I think he's just a fine quarterback. He's not elite. He's not bad.
Yeah, he might be their maybe their version of Jay Cutler. You know what I mean?
And then, but no, it was nice seeing that. I love Packer tears. Then
Yep.
let's go into another one. Finally, I picked it. You did not. The Vikings run is
Yeah.
over. NFC North is falling apart at the seams.
Yeah. I I didn't pick them to lose. Well, okay, I should say this. I picked them all year that they were going to lose and fall off. We both did. We
But
thought
these last 2 weeks,
yeah.
I knew what I was seeing, and you did not.
All right.
You
Easy
picked
there.
you picked them over the Lions. I didn't see that happening, and it didn't. They got beat pretty bad, 31-9.
I did pick them over the Lions. That
And
was a
then the
little
next
rough.
week, which
That was
was
a bad game.
last week, they played the Rams. I just had a feeling with Stafford getting rested, the Rams were going to beat them.
Those LA Fires pumped them up, dude.
I think it helped,
It definitely helped.
and also Sam Darnold is what. So I see what he is now. He
Oh,
is
McCarthy's playing when he's healthy.
Darnold's got one more year left. What I would do with the Vikings is, unfortunately, you have to franchise tag him. McCarthy's injuries are serious enough where he probably needs.
I think he was exposed a bit.
I don't think he's exposed. I think you put pressure on the kid, and he can't. He's like Kirk Cousins.
We're talking Darnold, right?
Yeah, I think Darnold.
I think he was exposed.
I think he could give you 35 and 12 a year, but when you get him in pressure situations, he's missing wide open receivers. And let that be known, it's Justin Jefferson that you're missing, who's a hard target to miss. You got Jordan Addison, so all the help is there.
Yeah, you're pretty stacked over there. So, but yeah, he was getting sacked like crazy under pressure all game.
Now you could win with him. I just want to let the Vikings fans know that hey, you can make the playoffs with Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
But you ain't making no Super Bowl, and I don't think you're making an NFC Championship game. You might win a wild card round here and there, but I think that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of what the Vikings always do, right? Even when they have a great
Kirk
team.
Cousins. It's a Kirk Cousins thing, and I think Sam Darnold's somewhat similar to Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. I mean, that's hard to say. Kirk's been pretty consistent his whole career.
Yeah,
Darnold is not.
And I think what's the thing I've been seeing lately? This is another game. CJ Stroud's got more playoff wins than Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
In 2 years.
I'll tell you, I did not see. Well, since we're kind of talking about it already, I did not see the Texans playing as good as they did.
Well, let's get this perfectly clear. We didn't see Justin Herbert playing as bad as he did.
Very good point.
We know the Texans have a defense. They got Daniil Hunter. They got whatever the not Wes Anderson. They have, Will Anderson. They got weapons over there, and Joe Mixon looked good. Special teams was great. Justin Herbert threw 4 interceptions.
I mean, it also sounded like Rex Ryan pumped them up with the bye week comment.
Yeah, he talked smack, and I didn't think it was a bye week, but I thought the Texans were going to roll over and die, and they just played well. The Chargers had a positive season. It just sucks to see the season end like that.
Yeah, it really does. I wanted to see them go a little bit further. I didn't think that they were going to go. I I thought they were going to lose in the divisional round
Now
for
the
sure.
Texans being the Charger, it doesn't pump me up about the Texans whatsoever. It doesn't make me
No.
feel like they're going to upset the Chiefs this week. It really does, and I kind of just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the Chargers.
I would
lost
love
it.
it. I would
I mean, I'm going to
absolutely
root
love
for
it if
them
they
as
won.
much as
Yeah.
I talk smack about the Texans. I'm rooting for the
I
Texans.
also I don't hate CJ Stroud. I like him. I think he's going to be a decent quarterback. But kind of what we were saying about Love, I think CJ Stroud is going to be middle pack kind of guy.
I think he's fine. He'll flirt with the top 10.
Yeah, he needs some receivers who can stay healthy. His guys always are randomly
Yeah, he's
hurt.
got no Diggs, who he's supposed to have. He's
Yeah.
got no, Tank Dell.
Yep.
Tank Dell's going to miss all next
Tank had
year.
that nasty injury.
He's going to miss all next year. So you got Nico. You'll have Diggs back next year, but actually Diggs is a free agent.
I think so.
So, and then Mixon's banged up going into this game. What I did see, and I am going to say this now, for the Rams are a dark horse.
Yes.
Do not sleep on Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Do not sleep on Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. Kyron Williams.
Love me some Puka.
And what everyone's been sleeping on the most is that defense. They
also credit to me.
Aaron Donald's gone. Oh, freak out! They got a guy named Verse. He's a rookie.
Verse is a beast.
They had more sacks this year than last year. This Rams team is a threat. You've seen Jimmy's picks.
Yep.
I haven't made mine yet. I have mine, but I haven't made the video yet.
Yep.
I'm going to say it right here now on this pod. You'll probably see it after the picks. The Rams are going to go into Philly, and they're going to beat them.
I'm not going to argue that you on that. I can absolutely see that. I think they're absolutely stoked right now. I think they have all the momentum on their side. Stafford's playing well. Williams is playing well. Puka's a beast. Cup is just kind of there right now.
They use it when they have to.
Yeah, exactly. Higbee, I think, had a decent game. Yeah.
And this is why
Verse is a monster.
The Packers played so bad and only lost by 12. The Eagles should have won that game by 3 touchdowns.
I'm going to say Hurts missed a couple games and first game back. You know what I mean? Little slow to get things going.
Fine. I'm with Dan Orlovsky to an extent that the Packers actually played good defense.
I mean, yeah, I don't think AJ Brown had he had one reception?
3 targets, I think, 1 reception. He's over there reading literature on the sidelines. What do you think of that?
I think he was trying to prove a point here of like, hey, give me the fucking ball.
I don't know.
But I mean, they're winning. You can't really complain too much.
They should have killed them, though. Packers had a
Saquon's
chance
a beast, dude.
Saquon not getting that touchdown cost me a parlay.
Was that the only one you needed?
Yes, I had a 6-legger, 6 touchdowns, anytime touchdowns, and everyone did it. And Saquon had a breakaway. He would have got it. I understand the move. But
for those of you that do not know what we're talking about, Saquon to end the game broke one off and could have scored a touchdown, but instead he was a good sport and slid at midfield and went down.
Yeah, but they could knee the ball one last time and call it a game.
Yeah, dude. My mindset, if I'm in the NFL, I'm taking it to the house, dude. You never know how many.
It depends on the situation, but in that case, you're up by 12. You bring it to the house, you're up by 19.
Exactly.
Or 18.
Exactly.
And I know he said he was worried about if they pull a hamstring. If you pull a hamstring in those last 40 yards,
I was gonna say, yeah. If you're worried about pulling a hamstring, you're probably gonna pull your hamstring. So maybe not think like that while you're playing. I guess I get it though.
We addressed those 2 games. Let's go into the guy the Bears probably should have drafted, Jaden Daniels.
Oh,
I just respect this man's composure. Yes,
I picked that game for the record. I picked that game.
You picked the command. I picked the Bucks, and the Bucks win that game if they get that
good
snap
game. Yeah,
right.
It was a good game.
If they get the snap right, that was the game where I was in and out of sleep. I wasn't feeling great that next day, but I did watch the doink in. That's something that would not happen for the Bears. The Bears would never.
I saw so many Bears fans saying the Commanders have a horseshoe.
And of course, it was NBC and it was Collinsworth again.
Dude, to see a doink go in for them and knowing how lucky they already were all season long.
Did you hear the stat? I think they said they've won 5 games in the last 10 seconds.
Oh my god, dude. That's ridiculous.
It's just
I
Jaden
want
Daniels
that
has
luck
some.
on our side.
Jaden Daniels has some magic. Him and McLaurin, and then like the Bucks are, Baker's what he is. He's up.
Yeah.
He's a lot of touchdowns, a lot of turnovers, and the game's on him fumbling a little bit. But Daniels
Also, though,
fine.
credit to him for getting that team where they got to because um they lost some dudes.
They lost Chris Godwin, but then they
Yeah.
also had
But then
McMillan came in and stepped up though, the rookie receiver.
yeah, he ended up playing
And
well,
then
but
Bucky Irving, Bucky Irving was not a name in week 1, week 2, and he became the
no,
starting
yeah,
running
he's
back by the
solid.
end of the season.
Yep, he's a good
Uh,
running back.
Bucks, they got another run at it. The Falcons are retooling. The
Yep.
Saints are rebuilding, and the
Yep.
Panthers are rebuilding but retooling. So the Bucks have another year at it, another
Yeah.
crack.
Yeah. I feel like they're always going to be there. They're always going to be hovering around. I feel like you never really. Also, that division isn't great.
No, Mike Evans is getting older. Baker Mayfield starting
Yeah.
to get close to that 30 mark.
Right.
You got youngsters at running back. The defense, they got to retool that defense a bit. And then I just can't believe Dan Quinn. What a hell of a job he's done.
Oh, I know, dude.
In 1 year, because I thought the Commanders were dead last.
Is Kingsbury gone after this year?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Who is he interview with anyone other than the
I
Bears?
feel like he can have a Ben Johnson moment.
Wait, did he? I don't know if he interviewed with the Bears. Did he?
He did.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure. He can have a Ben Johnson moment.
We have interviewed everybody and their moms. If you saw my pod, if you saw my short, I was talking about it a little bit. Dude, it's ridiculous. We're gonna get into that in a bit, but
yeah, let's finish up. That's one. So then we got the. So those are the 3 NFC games. Let's go into the AFC. There's really not a lot to say about that Ravens Steelers game.
Yeah, that was predictable.
Derrick Henry, scary, but
Steelers going into that game were ass. So if you picked the Steelers to win, then you just don't know football.
I was hoping for the upset. I just never saw the upset as a thing.
Yeah.
Lamar didn't have to do much. He still did. He had like 80 rushing yards.
Yeah, good game.
It raised the question about Mike Tomlin, though, where now they've lost 6 straight playoff games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how do you twist it? I twist it as Mike Tomlin's brought, well, not all those 6 games, but like half of them. He's brought those mediocre teams to the playoffs.
Yeah, that's how I look at it too. I look at it as they had no business being in the playoffs. He got them there. They're obviously not good enough to beat those teams, so they lose.
Because I think he brought like a 6-11 team, 7-10 team to 10-7.
Yeah. I mean, did you really expect to go super far with Russ? Russ is okay, you know what I mean? But
at this point,
you got to be better than okay to win.
You got to get another receiver to help out Pickens.
And Pickens, dude, is a liability, man.
Because he tries when he wants to, but when he tries, he's a top dog.
He's that guy, exactly. But he is that guy that, like, if you say the wrong thing to him, you're screwed, and his whole mood's gone, and he's gonna ruin everything for your team.
And they're going to be on a crossroads here. Where does T.J. Watt want to stay on an average team his whole career?
Yeah.
Because let's be clear, the Steelers don't fire anybody. Tomlin won't get fired, nor should he be. Should he? But there might come a time where he needs a new, fresh air.
And he might look at what JJ did and be like, man, JJ stayed around a little bit too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Houston was decent, but they were never great.
Yeah. So he might look at it and be like, I got to get out of here a little bit sooner than what JJ did.
Maybe go to Chiefs or Bengals.
Oh, that would piss me off, dude, seeing him go to a top team like that.
But Mike Tomlin, next year, is Mike Tomlin going to be a Steeler, or is he going to get traded? What's your opinion? What do you think?
I think he'll be a Steeler. I think they know what they got over there.
Steelers don't switch coaches. I don't think they're going to start now.
Yeah. Unless Tomlin wants to go, which I don't think will happen.
He built a culture that play. I think he should want fresh air.
Yeah.
But dude, what's funny about him is you think he's like in his 60s. Dude's only 51.
I know, dude. He's been around forever. Good for him, though, man. Good for him.
And then our other 2 games. I guess we talked about the Texas Chargers. So the last game that we have not talked about was the Bills Broncos. And boy,
I didn't think it was going to be a whooping like that.
I did not. I thought the odds. I thought they had a 9.5. I thought that was way too high.
Yeah.
And then when the Broncos had that first drive for that touchdown, I'm like, ooh, this is going to be a game.
I thought for sure the Broncos were going to put up a fight.
Bills shut that down. It was a good first half, and then once the Bills caught fire,
Bills were like, "That's funny. Watch this," and then they just never gave it back to them.
That's the same thing like we said about the Chargers. John Payton, excellent season. There's no shame in losing that game. It sucks you guys. It sucks for them to get blown out, but
Bo Nix had a phenomenal year. I mean,
probably the surprise team of the year.
Yeah, I mean, you can argue he was the best rookie quarterback out of the draft. Yeah,
he got to that point. You're not wrong because at the beginning it looked like Jane Daniels was just the best by a mile. Then here comes Bo Nix after like week 6, and he's like, "Oh,
yeah." And
that defense
with that division you're in too, the way he played. I mean, they're gonna Broncos will be all right.
They should be fighting for a 6th, 7th wild card spot for the next couple of years.
Yeah, they'll be in the playoffs
until they catch up to the Chiefs
for sure. I was kind of rooting for them. You know what I mean? Like I want the Bills to win.
No,
because I think America wants that Super Bowl of Bills Lions. But God, dude, that'd be a sick Super Bowl. That'd be really. We're gonna get Patriots. Who are we gonna get here? Patriots, Commanders.
Patriots, Commanders.
Patriot. Oh my God, dude, I'm losing. I'm still sick, dude.
What are you talking about?
We're gonna cheap. Dynasties, dude.
But Tom Brady, he went to 3 straight Super Bowls, but never three-peated.
That's crazy.
I
pray to God that he doesn't, Mahomes.
Oh man, but it was kind of a wild card. I mean, other than the Chiefs are the Commanders, Bucks.
It was a good game, but other than that, it wasn't.
But the other 5 games were just beatdowns, blowouts.
Yeah.
Big surprise of the wild card weekend. What do you got?
I think I would say probably how poorly the Vikings came out and played. I knew there was a chance they were going to lose. I think in my video I said, watch out though, Rams could surprise people. I kept betting against the Vikings and I was getting freaking it, shoved in my face. So I finally picked them and then they lose. But yeah, I thought they were going to come out with a lot more energy, and they just came out flat, and Rams shat all over them. So, and I think just Darnold shit in the bed. I know he got sacked 9 times or something like that, but we know you can't do much when you get sacked that much. But didn't look good. But Vikings gonna Viking. They always seem to do it in the playoffs, so really no shock. After all, but I really thought they were gonna. I put a parlay on that game too. So I was annoyed at the fact that my parlay got busted almost immediately. Like, you ever do that where you're like looking like 10 minutes into the game? Yeah, and you're like, I'm not hitting this shit. I'm not gonna come anywhere close. So I was annoyed all around with that game. Who's your biggest surprise?
I am shocked with how awful Justin Herbert looked. I thought they were going to come out. I thought he only threw 3 interceptions all year, and he threw 4 in one game.
Yeah.
Just everything looked bad. They didn't run the ball very good. Nothing went well. And then the fact that I think they lost by 20. I'm like, I did not see that.
Yeah. Sucks. Sucks. I like Herbert, but Herbert,
Harbaugh, they'll be back, but just. I don't know. I was shocked they got their dicks kicked in the dirt.
Yep, I agree. What do we got next here, man?
Hey, let's before we start talking about this week's games, let's talk about some head coaching stuff.
The head coach carousel.
Nothing's worse. Obviously, free agency happens when you get all this rumor to this team. A lot of things are circulating. The only one that we knew was going to happen was Vrabel to the Patriots. And that happened. They didn't even hide it.
Yeah.
They just hired him.
Yep. They didn't even make it look good. They were like, yeah.
I don't even know if they did that. I don't even know if they fulfilled the Rooney Rule, to be honest.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Unless you get like a pass because your head coach was black at the time.
I don't know. Yeah, but you also fired him after one season, which they still did him dirty.
They did him so wrong. They
I
did
mean,
him
you could have
so
got
wrong.
Vrabel last year. I don't know why they had to wait a year for this.
Someone came out and said why, and it made sense. I would have to look up again. Something like they already had something set in stone with Mayo at the time, so they couldn't go back on it. It was too late. Something like that.
I mean, Mayo didn't look like fully control, but based on how the team looked, it looked like it was going in the right direction. Obviously, Vrabel has the experience. He's led Tannehill, led teams to the playoffs, to the AFC Championship game. Vrabel has a accountability.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Patriots got a hell of a coach, and I wouldn't be shocked.
Well, and Preston just disappeared. Will he come back? I will sing you a song of my people. Sing you a song of my people.
And I wouldn't be shocked if Vrabel
I was singing for him, dude.
Led the Titans to the Patriots to like a 7-10, 89 record this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously a great hire. Anyone would be lucky to have him. But I think in the next 2-3 years, Patriots are going to be a solid team. Obviously, that all depends on how Drake May ends up developing, but I think he will. I think he's going to be fine over there. They need to get him some weapons, though. I don't think the Patriots have had any receivers in a few years, dude.
No.
Yeah.
But no, it's been nuts now. Like, other than Vrabel, Ben Johnson's rumors swirled around.
Everyone wants a piece of that, man.
Raiders.
Well, and then Schefter, I don't know, you saw today, everyone's talking about the Raiders, and Schefter's like, I don't know why everyone keeps talking about the Raiders and Jags. Everyone's forgetting about the Bears, and he's like, it's a very real possibility that he goes to the Bears.
So Mike Florio,
I have a hard time believing that because we're just Bear fans and we don't get anything.
Mike Florio reported that the Raiders they offered an unofficial heavy offer to Ben Johnson. And I do want to say this. I know a lot of fans. I'm not saying this is my opinion. I'm not saying this is my opinion. But because they were saying obviously the Bears are, better team, ready to win now kind of organization compared to the Raiders.
Right.
But some coaches, I'm not saying this is Ben Johnson, but some coaches like going to a place and thinking, hey, I could draft my own quarterback. Yeah. I could build my whole team. And the Raiders could be offering Ben Johnson. Then so you go to the Bears, you got year 2 Caleb. They got veterans all around already.
Yeah, if you're going to the Bears, you're going there because you're like, I would have picked Caleb anyway. Caleb's my guy. You know what I mean? I do not want to talk about Caleb getting catfished.
I know. Thinking we're getting Ben Johnson.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. And then he went on the St. Brown podcast, St. Brown Brothers, and Amon-Ra was roasting him, and he's like, "Dude, it was so official." I mean, Caleb wants him too. You can tell.
I'm accepting the fact that we're getting Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
I'm at acceptance.
I think we are too.
I hated it early on. The more I think about it, I don't love it. It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah, I think what they said, he's brought his team to the playoffs 12 out of 18 seasons, something like that.
He's got a Super Bowl champion, and he brought a young Aaron Rodgers. It was like year 3 or 4 of Rodgers, and he did start Rodgers' career, ended Favre's career.
Yeah.
He had success with Dak. He's not the worst hire.
It just, and then Favre's talking about how great of a hire it would be for the Bears to.
And a lot of people
it scares me, man. I feel like for once in your life, the Chicago Bears, you need to go for this move, and you need to go get Ben Johnson.
I'm not.
It also scares me because apparently we looked at a report, me and P-Dog, before this, and apparently he's seeking the biggest head coach contract.
I don't know if he's seeking it. I think the Raiders are giving it.
Well, it's a rumor too, so who knows if there's truth to it.
Because Raiders are known to pay their head coaches damn well.
Yeah, Raiders will pay their head coach.
Josh McDaniels,
Bears do
Jack
not.
Del Rio, John Gruden.
Yeah, I really hope we do though. I want him.
I will not pay him that much. I am on the record for saying I want.
You got to do something different,
I do kind of want to experience head coach. I don't want Brian Flores. That's the hire that would piss me off.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, dude, if we get Flores,
I can live with Mike McCarthy now. I've got to the point to accept. I still want Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
I felt deflated on the Mike Vrabel once they fired Gerard Mayo. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
that was my main guy.
I think McCarthy is my number 2 right now.
He came out of nowhere, and I'm like, because I thought he was going to the Cowboys, but I guess Jerry Jones just did him dirty.
Well, and I don't know, maybe I was just naive to everything, but it sounds like he's very well respected around the league, by players too, which is good.
I think it's the thing that he coached the Packers, who we hate, and the Cowboys, who we laugh at.
Yeah, could be. But I was with you, dude. I didn't want McCarthy. I still don't want McCarthy. But if it ends up being him, I think I could come around to it. Not anytime soon, but I feel like I could come around to it.
Big boys stick together.
Yep. Amen. That's my dog.
Because I'm trying to think of someone else. Because Cliff Kingsbury's still in there. Joe Brady got interviewed.
Yeah. I mean, we interviewed everyone and their mothers.
I mean,
like I said on my short, we're going to end
20.
up hiring John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Yeah, we're literally at like 20 interviews. It's a joke, really, how many people we've interviewed.
Yeah. I mean, I understand it, I guess. But at the same time, it's like you're kind of making a mockery. You know what I mean?
There were some wasted time interviews. Like
I feel like
Giants
that too.
Offensive coordinator and those.
Oh my God, yeah, dude, that was stupid.
And then I guess there's the. I saw this news today that Bill Belichick has not officially signed a UNC contract.
Interesting. He was bashing us the other day again, by the way.
Bill Belichick?
Bill Belichick on the God, brain fart, Pat McAfee show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Nothing like terrible, but he was just saying how, oh God, I forget exactly what it is. It's kind of the same stuff. You know, he always talks about how Caleb's not that great. How we don't have a run game at all.
We don't.
Yeah. Like it was nothing that wasn't true. He was stating facts, but you know, sometimes like, damn, Bill, like take it easy, dude.
He might still. He hasn't signed. He like did the first, but there's another offer he has to sign. He has not signed it yet.
Yeah, I think he was talking about the head coach carousel, like we are, and they were talking about Ben Johnson. I think he was saying like, you know, why would Ben Johnson go there? You know, it's hard to throw the ball, you know, at the end of the year when games really count. So, but I don't know. I hate that excuse. I think Caleb did just fine.
Do you think of a possibility of Belichick to the Raiders with Brady?
No, I don't think Tom wants anything to do with him anymore.
I don't know.
Them two can't pair up again. I don't think they like each other.
They do. I think it's respect.
They respect each other, but I don't think they want to work with each other anymore.
But Belichick's got the Pete Carroll thing in him where he's got a couple years left. I wouldn't mind Pete Carroll, but Pete.
Yeah.
Who do you want more?
People were talking about Tom Brady interfering a little bit and saying because he can go on the field and talk before his broadcast. Yeah, talking to Ben Johnson a little bit and giving him some.
He says he plans on fulfilling his 10-year contract.
Oh yeah,
on Fox. Yep.
Wow, interesting. Off topic, but how do you like Brady up in the booth?
He's okay.
Yeah, I think it was first year. You know, give him a second. You know what I mean?
Also news. Oh, not news, but been talked. Speaking of head coaching carousel, Deion Sanders to the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's wild to me, dude.
I don't think that would work at all.
That makes zero sense to me.
Jerry Jones and Deion Sanders have the biggest egos.
Yeah. 0 sense to me. Well, and then there's clips of Deion saying that he would only go to the NFL if he can get both of his sons.
And I've heard rumors that Jerry Jones would consider trading Dak and going down to the draft to get Shedeur.
Dude, that's crazy.
But then I also heard rumors that Deion Sanders would like to coach Dak Prescott. You just gotta love this time of the year.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't think they get him. I think he stays in coaching Buffalo. Oh my God, Colorado. Yeah,
because Cowboys then they might retract. I heard that he wants Jason Witten if he can't get Deion Sanders.
Weird. I don't know if I like that either.
He's a high school champion coach.
Jerry Jones might be the biggest idiot in all of sports.
And they interviewed Kellen Moore, who wouldn't be awful for the job.
What I
But,
also hate about Jerry Jones, dude, sorry, I'm a little annoyed with him, is anytime anything goes wrong and someone questions him and his thought process,
he threatens their job.
my God, dude, he blows up, threatens firing everybody.
This was his worst year, I think.
It's
in
just
his
ridiculous.
position. Because normally he's got that lovable face, even if they're bad.
Yeah.
This was his worst look year I've seen. What he did to McCarthy at the end, like he denied him interviews, but then you also didn't get a contract done.
Yeah.
So you looked like you were holding him hostage his last week.
It's crazy, man.
And like, I don't know the Cowboys, and it's not. I don't think the Cowboys' job is that. Like even Troy Aikman went off about it. I don't think it's coveted.
Yeah.
I
don't think so either.
You can't. And he said everything perfectly. He's like, you think Dan Campbell would be Dan Campbell in Dallas?
Yeah.
No, Dan Campbell's Dan Campbell because Detroit let him be himself.
Yep. 100%.
And I don't know. Like
Jerry Jones would have been right over his shoulder the whole time, breathing down his neck.
You are not coaching the way, or you're gonna be like, I don't know. Like you have to play a certain way, and then you got to get overruled. And nothing's worse than you give a press conference, but they want to go to your owner's conference first.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And he publicizes everything.
Yeah, there's a reason Dallas hasn't won. When's the last time they won Super Bowl?
30 years ago. 31 years ago.
Yeah,
and they haven't been to the NFC Championship.
They're about as relevant as the Bears. So, really, they haven't really done.
No, they're right. They got more playoff appearances, obviously, but other than that, they haven't won many games.
Yeah, that's like I was going to say that's like the Packer thing, where they were bragging on us about going.
The Packers made it to a bunch of NFC Championship games.
Well, no, I know, but I'm talking about like this past week where they were like, "Oh, at least we're in the playoffs."
Yeah, you won as many games as us.
Yeah, congrats on we're still on over it. Get bent.
But no, this head coaching thing's been. What's funny is it's been about Bears. Obviously the Cowboys and then the Raiders. I don't hear anyone mention the Saints or Jaguars.
No, I know. I did when it first came out here that McCarthy was going to go talk to the Saints
and Bears.
Saints and Bears.
I think the Saints are going to get Aaron Glenn.
I could see it. Would you want Aaron Glenn?
No.
I don't either.
I don't know why. I believe he's a good coach, a leader of men. I don't know.
I don't believe he's a good coach. I don't know. I don't want it at all. Aaron Glenn is like maybe 12th on my list.
The only defensive guy minded I wanted was Vrabel. Other than that, I really don't.
Yeah, I'm over the whole defensive thing. You got to go all offense.
Like McCarthy's done stuff with offensive. He had Dak, he had Aaron Rodgers, had them both playing well.
Yep.
Ben Johnson's with what Jared, and you got Ben Johnson and his creative way he does stuff with quarterbacks, just awesome. Other than that, I don't really. Then Cliff Kingsbury's an idea, Joe Brady. But other than that, I don't want a Flores. I don't want Aaron Glenn. I don't know. It kind of we just gotta like Vrabel was obvious, but you just gotta wait for that domino to fall. And and I hope I don't want to roll out Tomlin because that's who I want.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he's technically a defensive minded coach, but
yeah. I don't know. I don't want to be in the same position as them. Like, yes, playoffs sound great right now, but
that's not because of him. We have a good roster.
I know.
So Tomlin would
that's true.
Elevate
it.
It.
I guess my concern would be what kind of coordinators he brings in with him.
Arthur Smith. Is that who you want? Don't you want Arthur Smith?
But you see my tweet?
That's
right.
That's another interview I do not understand.
Yeah, that's wild to me that you had Shane Waldron as your OC, and then you got someone like Arthur Smith, who, in my opinion, is comparable, and you interview him for your head coaching spot. Like, what are you doing? I don't get it. I don't get it. But it is what it is at this point, I guess.
Let's get into the playoff games this week.
Yes, sir.
You got some good ones this weekend.
Yeah, I'm excited. What are you, I guess, looking forward to the most? What
I think
matchup?
everyone agrees. I think Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson show.
There's good ones, dude.
It's gonna suck whoever loses this game because there's so much on the line here.
I'm just saying, what are we gonna do if I'm throwing it out there? I gotta cut you off real quick. If the the Commanders beat the Lions.
I don't see it happening.
You do think there's any shot that they can pull it off?
Yeah, there's a shot.
Yeah. I would love it. I would love it.
You know what's crazy is if the Lions win, the Rams win, the Rams get another home playoff game.
Damn.
And they'd have to probably play in Arizona again.
Yeah.
And
damn.
That no one would have saw that NFC Championship game coming.
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
No, that Lions Commanders fun. That could be if it's a shootout and it's a close game, then it's scary. But if the Commanders can't keep the game close, the Lions are going to run them out of town.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you got the other game, which is Rams Eagles. Like I said, I think the Rams are going to win in a tight battle.
I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a good game for sure. But I got Saquon running for almost 200 against them.
And then we got tomorrow the first game, Chiefs Texans.
They played early in the season, and I think Saquon kicked his ass.
Yeah, I think all these teams played. Chiefs Texans played. Ravens Bills played. Commanders Lions, I believe, played. Eagles and Rams played. Eagles beat the hell out of them, but Puka was. Yeah. I don't think the Commanders and Lions played.
I don't think so either.
I think that's the only game that no one played.
Yeah.
The Chiefs beat the Texans, I think, pretty bad. Chiefs haven't beat anyone up bad, really.
No, they've probably have had one of the luckiest seasons I've ever seen.
So I don't.
Granted, they are a great team, but
do you give the Texans a shot to pull that upset?
I think you have to. I mean, at this point, I'm on the side of anything could happen. I don't think there's any matchup that's really.
I don't think there's a chance in hell the Texans upset the Chiefs. Yeah. I don't.
For the record, I don't think they'll win, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm telling you,
Texans pull it off.
I can't see an upset happening.
It's just to me, the Chiefs have been so inconsistent this year. So
but they have been consistent.
Yes, but from what years past they have done on offense, this is not one of those years.
They're consistently winning.
Their defense is solid. Yes, they are, but they're not winning them in ways that is impressive.
I don't see the Chiefs killing them because they really haven't killed anybody, and there's also going to be a little bit of rust because they haven't played in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
but it's cold. True. It's going to be cold. Houston plays in Houston.
Yep.
And I see that being a big problem for Stroud and all those guys.
No, I agree. Definitely have the Chiefs winning, but I would love it if Texans won that one.
But no, but MVP versus potential MVP. You got the top 2 guys. Everyone wants to see this game. And Josh Allen has always balled in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson has not. But there's so many narratives on the line. Because just imagine what the loser has to take away with this.
Yeah.
Like another defeat. Josh Allen has lost a ton of not his fault, but they've lost a ton of divisional games.
You definitely have Bills, right? I mean, you've been riding Bills pretty much all season.
You'll see on the video tonight.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
But
everyone knows who I picked already.
You got to go Bills. It's in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Main reason it's in Buffalo. I think if it's in Baltimore, you got to go Baltimore.
Yeah. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a fun game. It all matters on if the Bills can stop Derrick Henry.
Yes, they could. So
if they stop the run, they definitely have a chance.
They played them in week 4, and Derrick beat them up. The Ravens beat the shit out of them, but it was in Baltimore. And Derrick Henry, I think, ran for 196 yards.
Yeah, they have got to stop Henry. If they stop Henry, they'll win.
But they also were missed their 2 guys, Matt Milano and Bernard, and they're healthy. So there's 2 huge guys on the defense this time. I think it's going to be a classic.
Yeah.
It might come down to a game-winning field goal, game-winning drive, game-winning stop.
It'll be exciting. I hope it's a shootout. I hope the final score is 57-53.
I think they always prep you for that, but I bet you it's something like a 27-23.
7-10.
7-10, 17-14.
Yeah.
The only shootout I think that's gonna happen is Commanders Lions.
You think that'd be a shootout?
I think that's going to be like a 35-31.
Yeah, I mean it's easy to say that for the Lions, but I don't know if the Commanders have a shootout in them.
No, Eagles and Rams will be low scoring.
Yeah, good
Chiefs
games, but yeah,
Chiefs and Texans should be low
a
scoring.
lot of these are also weather related, especially
Yeah, actually, that's why the game's not going to be a shootout. Bills and Ravens supposed to be freezing temperatures.
Yeah, I mean it depends what's going on. Ball's a lot harder in that cold.
And Zay Flowers is trending not playing.
I saw that. I did see that.
God, but then that sets up for a great Ravens Chiefs, Bills Chiefs matchup.
Yep.
Bill, just imagine the Bills and Ravens watching this Chiefs Texans game tomorrow, watching the Texans win and be like, oh my God, it's destiny.
Yeah, I'd be pumped. I'm so tired of seeing the Chiefs in there. It's back to years back when the Patriots ran this shit.
It is. It's about from like 20 years ago.
Yep. It's back. Yeah. I think I might hate Mahomes more than Brady. So.
Brady's first 10 years I hated. His last 10 years I didn't hate him so much. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I don't like how, I guess the thing for me with Mahomes is I don't like how he cries about every call that he doesn't get. Or that goes against him. It's rare that
it's become an ongoing joke where they like the ref's record. Like they're 6-0 when this ref is their head ref.
Yeah.
Like,
it pisses me off, man.
They do. We exaggerated a little bit. Yeah. But it's there. It is a thing.
Yeah.
They do get majority of the calls.
They do. We didn't make it up. You know what I mean?
It's egregious in some of them.
There's proof out there. Go search on YouTube. You know what I mean? It's definitely out there. So anyone saying that's not true, watch some football.
It's nuts. But we got some really good ones. Hoping that they're better games than the wild card.
Yeah,
wild card games were not good games.
No. Like I said, I put some parlays down that were not even close to hitting, so I was pretty frustrated.
I hit one dinky parlay, and like I said,
Saquon, go big or go home, baby.
Saquon took a slide, or else I was going to win 200.
Nice. If I'm not winning at least like 500 on the parlay, I won't put it. But staying on that subject, kind of, who is the winner of the race?
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I do think he's got the better stats. I personally hope they give it to Josh Allen, but I mean the stats are better. I think if you take Lamar off the Ravens and you start the backup, I think the Ravens are still an okay team. You take Josh Allen off the Bills, I think they're one of the worst teams in the league. So I think that's what makes Josh Allen MVP. Yeah. But I think Lamar gets it.
Yeah, I agree. I think Lamar's stats were just too crazy this year to not give it to him. I hate just going straight off stats, but that's kind of how it is. You know,
less interceptions, more touchdowns, more yards.
They absolutely speak for themselves. I mean, dude went crazy this year. Definitely loved that I picked him up in fantasy in my other league. People were crazy, and he fell to me. I think he was the third or fourth quarterback taken. Yeah, I was like, because
it should go Allen, Lamar. I mean, Hurts gets picked early, but
I think Mahomes was picked first.
Yeah, he did not have a good.
No, he had a terrible year. Yeah, but I loved it. Number one fantasy quarterback. So, yeah, I agree though. I think he gets MVP. Where are we at, man? We don't have any. We don't have any rankings to do.
We don't got to do the rankings anymore.
Yeah, rankings are donezo. I'm scared that football is coming to an end.
I know it's kind of scary because obviously all the teams are gone now. There's no point to rank the final.
I know. I'm sad and I'm feeling the woes.
You got to feel White Sox baseball coming up in 2 months, or technically a month.
Speaking of baseball news, though, that was just happened today.
Sasaki went to the Dodgers. Dodgers get everybody.
Yep. There's a report out there that the Dodgers tampered.
Everyone tampers.
Yeah. But there's a rumor that he had a deal in place with the Dodgers before it was allowed, and that's why all those teams randomly were like out of the race of getting him. Like randomly, the Mets, the Yankees, the Cubs, all in like the same day were like, yeah, nope. You know what I mean?
Cubs fans are crying about it. They're like, we don't go get him. No, you
I
are.
just get frustrated with baseball because it's like I understand it. I like that. If you have an owner who's willing to spend, great for you. I wish I
Well,
did.
there's no limit. They can do whatever the hell they
Yeah,
want to do.
there's no cap. So, would you want a cap? I think we've talked about this in the past.
Oh, I think we said it's probably best for the sport.
I think so, man. I feel like you have to at some point
Doesn't
because
matter. Jerry still would not spend.
yeah, because you know what? We would have a Chicago Bulls situation, and the Bulls are the same team they are every year. A play-in tournament,
They're
maybe
19
win
and
one.
what are they this year? 19 and 23.
They're exactly the same record as they were last year. I
They're
think.
starting to lose a few games now, but
Yeah,
it's
frustrating, man.
not fun. You have more fun. Like I got a kick out of your tweet this past week. Are they just going to give a video out for anybody that they played for them?
I mean, dude, come on. Listen, I love Lamar as much as the next guy, but the dude played for us for what, 3 seasons, 2.5?
4. It was 3 or 4.
Was it 3?
was,
I mean, regardless, dude. Nothing. He did nothing of significance.
They didn't get out of the first round.
Yeah, it's not like we made a deep playoff run. He did. He was a good player for us, and that was that. But like,
he was our best player for 3 years.
Yeah, but like, let's stop acting like the dude. You know what I mean? Let's stop
Let
giving
him
him the
hang
Derrick
his
Rose
rafters.
treatment.
Let him hang him on the rafters in Toronto. Unfortunately,
Yeah, for real. It's ridiculous, man. Again, love DeMar. I know
that's
he's
what our
probably
season
watching
is.
this
We
right
want to
now,
celebrate D Rose and I mean, why don't we do
Exactly.
that to Jimmy Butler every year?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. So the videos for me are just getting annoying. I think the only
that's what
people
you do when you're 36, 35
Yeah.
win team.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
It sucks.
They didn't do that. They didn't do that when we were younger, and we were watching D Rose and Joakim Noah. They weren't giving guys video tributes like that every freaking every other game.
Well, I think we kept everybody for a long period of time there. Other than maybe
True, we kept that team together.
They're
for
pretty
a while.
loyal. We probably kept them too long.
Yeah, it's still frustrating though. Like, it's embarrassing. You know what I mean? It's like this guy really didn't do anything. Like, you're treating him like he's Michael Jordan. Like,
he was
get over
our
it.
Michael Jordan for a couple of years.
Yeah, well, we made that little run. We'll always have that like 16, 18 game stretch where we were unstoppable.
All 3.
Yeah.
And then
that was good times.
With the White Sox here, we might need to play a game here where we take a shot for if you know who the starting lineup is. Where me and Jimmy
dear God,
out. I don't know anybody on our team. I don't. I don't know.
We are gonna have to sit down and study their lineup because it's rough.
They
also might have a John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt in their lineup.
They may have multiple.
Yeah,
I do not
Twins.
I don't know this team.
I don't know either, dude. You know what I forget too? I forget that we traded Crochet,
the manager.
Yeah, I forget about that too, dude.
Will Venable.
Me and P-Dog will study and get better, but you can't blame us coming off the season. We have not looked much into baseball since.
Well, we got rid of everybody. We still got Luis Robert. Luis Robert's still on the team.
Luis Robert will be gone at middle of the year at latest.
And then and what was it? In 3 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. My bad. In 2 weeks.
It's coming.
We are doing a Hot Ones episode. 2 weeks.
Yep.
The date of that 5, but 2 weeks. We are doing a Hot Ones episode for you guys. Thank you guys for getting us to 100 subscribers. We're up to 106 now.
106. Thank you for the people who have followed us in this past week or two. Appreciate the comments too. Getting a lot of good feedback. Everything's going good. We appreciate you guys.
Healthier we get, the more shorts you'll get.
Yep.
And videos you'll get.
Yep. Like Preston said, that Hot Ones episode will be coming out soon. It is in the works. We are getting it together. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited for it.
I am excited for that. We'll be hanging out in person.
I know, dude. That's going to be fun.
So we'll be hanging out here in 2 weeks. It'll be during the Pro Bowl weekend.
Yep. Coming at you guys. Another episode of this podcast Socks with your boy Jimmy G and P-Dog.
Click that subscribe button below.
Hit the bell, get notifications, like, share, subscribe. We're on all platforms: Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, Twitter and kind of Instagram.
Yep, you better come over here because TikTok is over.
Yeah. Bye-bye, TikTok. Deuces.
These podcasts sucks.